A suppressed force production.
One shot, one kill. No confirmation needed.
Or if not, if it's really tight on there, because this is the first time this gearbox has ever been taken apart, you might have to take something hard to it. This is proving to be quite difficult. Last time I took apart a mech box, I don't remember it being this difficult. I guess this V2 doesn't really want to come off. FYI, yes, I do know I bent it a little, but you can just bend it back. It's thin metal. Okay, once you have it off, keep one hand firmly on it. Because this thing will pop open if you do not know what you're doing. This thing will explode into a million pieces. And there are probably over 1 million pieces involved in this gearbox. I'm not going to list them all, because for obvious reasons, but this is the most important part. If you do not do this, this could fly up in your face and kill you. I'm not responsible for any injury you cause yourself. I'm a professional with this, and I know what I'm doing. Take a flathead screwdriver and slightly pry open the back of the gearbox, just so you can insert it in, and then line it up inside the spring guide, push on it, this is the spring guide right here. It's what keeps the spring held in one place at all times, and keeps it so it's lined up and doesn't go jiggity-jaggedy. Okay, now that you have that taken off, you don't have to worry about exploding things. So if you're still watching this video, I salute you. And there you go, it came off. Yay! Congratulations, if you made it this far, I applaud you. You disassembled you've taken apart your first gearbox. Now just wait, the fun's still to come. You still have to disassemble, you have to put it back together. Now what I like to do when I first take it apart is I like to clean all the parts that were inside it. Because, like I said before, this Chinese factory grease is icky. So take like a work rag or anything, take the gears, and just wipe them off. Trust me, if you look inside there, that's just disgusting. They even have you can tell that this is the JG G36 because they have JG printed on each one of these. Isn't that funny? They care about their product so much they label each part. You know when it's factory original.
No.
Good show. I think this is just for like oh yeah, this is for the stock alignment. Spring, I'm guessing this is like an M100, M120 maybe at most. And it looks like the spring's attached to the piston. Wow. How unexpected, JG. Just wipe off the piston, all this icky motor grease. It's disgusting. I was just telling you something. Now these bushings right here, these are very important. Do not lose these. These are what keeps the gears in line. Even though they're plastic, they're not that great. You want to make sure that you have 3 of them on each shell side of the gearbox. And wipe down the gearbox. That's obvious. I personally always like to work on the left side of the gearbox because that's where the wire housing is, the electricity transfer. Because without a proper electricity transfer, you can't have a working gun. It might be hard to get all of that grease off, so you might resort to using a Q-tip, but you should be able to get it off, mostly. It'll come off on its own if you work with it enough. You YouTube watchers having fun yet? You should be. No, bushings just fill. Make sure you keep track of your bushings. Unless you're putting new ones in, you can skip that. But just keep track of your bushings. It's nice to have the original factory bushing. Oh God, this lever is disgusting. This what's it called? Anti-reverse lock lever. It is disgusting.
You probably can't see it on the camera, but if you saw it in person, there's a bunch of gunk on it.
You don't know how much gunk I'm talking about. We're talking about. There's way too much gunk. Yeah, that's absolutely horrible. But you'll get this with any stock gun, which is why you should always take apart your gun when you get it, or after use, because then you can be sure that you can get all this crap out. And with all this crap out, it should actually work better too. Maybe not more FPS, but it should. It'll feel smoother. This tappet plate's interesting. Wow. Neat nozzle. Just make sure this goes for everyone out there. Make sure you know where you put your parts. If you lose a part, you're pretty much screwed if it's inside the gearbox. That's going to cost you anything, depending on which part. If it's a gear, it's going to cost you a lot more than just a little tiny spring. Springs you can get in like whole packages of complete springs, spring sets, for like $5 plus shipping. All the major retailers carry them. I think Airsoft GI has them, E-Vike has them. Just mainly a place that has a decent reputation. Piston head. Cleaning out cylinder. Oh God, that cylinder is disgusting. There are rings left from the crap grease. It was so bad. JG has disappointed me once again, but what could I expect? Springs. Springs are very important because otherwise your gun won't recycle. Like I don't mean the obvious meaning of recycle. I mean cycle as in cycling the action, like on a real gun. Like it won't reset, and recycle it. Spur gear. Again, has JG's name printed on it. I think we're pretty much into part 2 of the video, aren't we now?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
about 12.
I just like to say thank you if you're still watching this, because it means you actually like us and you're actually appreciating what we're doing here. Inside the spur gear, I believe there are holes that it has. I don't even know why it has the holes, but you just want to try and get the gunk out of there because that's just gunk hiding away from you. Shims, it's important to have them because it's a good thing to shim your gearbox and make sure your gearbox is shimmed properly. Oh God, the trigger. I hate trigger springs. The trigger arguably is probably one of the worst parts in reassembling a gearbox by far. There should be a total of 4 springs. There's the tappet plate spring, the electrical current spring,